Yeah, the 20th.
What's up, Docs Daily? It's me, Detroit Lenny, here, joined with Nick Menken and Craig Trapp on a Monday, December 7th, 8th, something like that. You got about 2 weeks left to Christmas shop for me, plus shipping, and all that stuff. So you got about 2 weeks left. It's December 8th. It's a Monday. We got Monday Night Football to talk about, a little NHL, little college basketball. We're going to let Craig Trapp rant to the committee about college football. So if you're a new customer, hold on real quick. Let me get my housekeeping stuff done. If you're a new customer, I know he's just pumping.
He's itching.
New customers, free $60 account. You can use that $60 any way you want on the website. Any premium handicapping picks you want. Nick Menken's picks, Craig Trapp picks, both of the guys. Link is in the description of the video, docsports.com/free60. Also, don't forget about the YouTube Premium. Level 1 starts at $5. Somebody mentioned in a comment that they tried to get Premium Plus, but it was like $64. And I commented with them, and I don't say this enough, and I'm apologizing on the live show because I got you guys, the prices are if you do it on desktop, like an adult. Okay, I'm just saying, not on your mobile phone, not your Obama phone, not the one your mama bought you, your grandpappy, any of that phone. You got to go on the desktop with a keyboard, and you got to buy it that way and save yourself some money. Otherwise, you're just giving money to the man, and damn the man. Verizon.
Yeah. So to be clear, that money goes to Apple or the Google Play Store.
Yes.
It doesn't go to. It doesn't even go to YouTube. Well, I guess Google Play Store is owned by Apple or owned by YouTube or Google. So and usually, but it doesn't go to us, and it doesn't go to YouTube directly. So make sure you buy your desktop, and then you can view it on your phone.
Yes, buy it on the desktop. Craig Trapp, Notre Dame's out. I'm okay with it because I can't stand those stupid ass gold helmets, and no man should be named Rudy. Anyways, that's how I feel about Notre Dame.
Listen, I thought we were trying to have the best 12 teams in the country. BYU, Vandy, and Notre Dame, all three would knock the living crap out of James Madison and Tulane. Tulane, by the way, has already lost to Ole Miss. Look what the final score was. We don't need to see that game again. It's a good story, these schools. I get it. Dude, let's put the best teams in. And then why have rankings every week? If we're going to have rankings every week, Miami was behind Notre Dame. Guess what? The head-to-head happened first game of the year. So if we were going to put the head just put them ahead of them, then no one would have been up in arms because they wouldn't have jumped them the last week when neither team played. They're like, well, when BYU lost, then we put them. BYU didn't have anything to do with the head-to-head. So, and to me, BYU lost to one team all year, but they lost twice, and I get it. Both teams were. But guess what? You said that we're not going to count these against them. All right, so if we're not going to play in the playoff game, you didn't move Alabama down basically at all for getting dominated. And let's be honest, this is not a good Alabama team. This Alabama team would not be – I don't think they'd be either any of those three teams.
I thought Alabama should have got snubbed. That's ridiculous.
Especially
after the SEC championship, that performance, that shows you everything.
This is all about the SEC and the Big Ten. Let's be very, very clear. These guys have stacked the cards against every other conference. First of all, Texas Tech is really good. So that's the team, I think. And I do like Georgia. Of the teams, they're 6-1. I think I bet it last night 6-1. I think there's value there. But to me, clearly Alabama's not one of the best teams. Vandy would beat them right now, I think. I really do. If they played on a neutral site, I think they would beat them right now. And
how many losses did Vandy have? 2? Did they finish with 2?
And Alabama ended it with 3. Now, here's the complaint. Here's what everybody says. But then you didn't use this for BYU, by the way, is that we're not going to hold conference championship games against them. Otherwise, people would have opted out of the conference championship game. I get that. Then why are we holding against BYU? Because they lost one game before that to the number 3 team in the country, depending on where you look at it.
They just can't beat Texas Tech, man. I was on the Mormons this weekend. They took me to the window multiple times this year, but they took me to the window.
It was a good first half in that game. They let it
Yeah.
slip.
And to be honest, they should have been up at half. But if they played, let's just say they played Ohio State's schedule. Because let's be very clear, Ohio State played Michigan basically all year. That was their only tough game other than Texas. So if they lose to Texas first game of the year, BYU, and they run the table, they'd have been in the playoffs. So just because you're in a different conference, but let's be clear, Big Ten and SEC have all the power, and they're going to do whatever they want, and that's what they did. And I do believe the Big Ten was like, Notre Dame probably can beat us this year. Definitely some of our other teams. Maybe not Ohio State. They could beat everybody else. Let's don't put them in. Miami's clear. Carson Beck, do we know who he is? Like, they lost at SMU. They lost at home to Louisville on, a Thursday or Friday night. It's like, we've seen this team. I get it. It was a great win early in the year that Miami beat them. But after that, who did they beat? They didn't beat anybody. Right. The ACC was terrible this year. They didn't have to play half the good teams even. And the teams they did play that was good, Louisville and SMU, guess what? They lost. So I don't know. That was.
And if I'm Notre Dame moving forward on the schedule, I'm going after lower schools on the schedule. I'm not playing these big schools. Why would you? Notre Dame's case, just go.
If they got blown out, they missed an extra point that cost them the Texas A&M game. They got beat at the buzzer by a field goal at Miami. To me, that's what we want teams to do. We want them to go challenge themselves. Now, after that, I get it. Syracuse was terrible this year, but although Syracuse did beat Clemson, by the way, when they weren't injured earlier. But, you go down through, the teams that they played just weren't very good after that. I get that. Pitt wasn't great after that. But what if Pitt would have beat Miami? Then we wouldn't have had to worry about this. But it really comes down to the ACC's effed up. Because if the ACC had the tiebreaker, Miami should have been playing in the championship game. Then they would have won. They would have got the automatic bid. James Madison would be at home, and Notre Dame would have got the last spot, and everybody would be happy. But the ACC having this effed up, and the Mountain West has an effed up playoff, like how they determine the tiebreakers is dumb. It should go by the freaking rankings. I want the best teams in it. That's the championship should be the best two teams. Put the highest two teams in whatever poll and put them in.
I am looking forward to this. Apparently, it's called the Bucked Up LA Bowl now, but Boise State and Washington, I think, I don't know what that, it's bucked, like with a B, like boy, Bucked Up LA Bowl is what it's called. It's in SoFi, it's in Inglewood, but Boise State and Washington, I don't think Boise State, let me be clear, I think Washington's overrated. So, I mean, I might be on early game. Early.
There was three teams that opted out: Iowa State, Kansas State, because of coaching changes. A lot of that. So a lot of these guys.
Notre Dame
opted out. What happens next year when more teams opt out? Now we're already going to have to go to probably teams that aren't 500. What are we going to do now? You're going to have to start paying these players to play. Like your NIL is going to have to be tied. Like, hey, we're going to hold your last payment 1/6 of your last payment or something. So a lot of these guys, it'll be a couple $100,000. Like to go, and if you don't play, you don't get this money or something, because otherwise,
it's definitely a learning curve. It's definitely
the bowl system is already in peril because of the playoffs have taken a lot of the good games. Let's be honest, but it's going to get worse if the best team outside this year was Notre Dame and one of the biggest travel teams. So that would have been a big bowl that gets a lot of money. Now all of a sudden you get like somebody that you're not as excited about. In Texas, I guess they voted, and I guess it was a pretty close vote. It sounded like when Sarkisian talked about it, they almost didn't go play in a bowl. Now, what if it would have been Texas, the second best team, I think, outside? That would have been disaster. So
I think that college football, when they went to this playoff system, I think they tried to somehow adapt almost like what they do in college basketball with a tournament style, but you can't. There's no Cinderella in college football. This isn't 5-on-5 and get hot. Basketball and football are completely different. And I know I sound like a mansplaining shit, but like it's a different world. And you can catch a Cinderella basketball team on a hot run and go through a tournament. Like
although Boise State did have them on the ropes last year. But that was a very good Boise team with the guy that almost won the Heisman too. So it was like
State too with Scatterboot.
But they won their conference to get in, so that was a little different. They won their conference championship. They wouldn't have got in without it.
Having James Madison in here doesn't do anything.
I will say this: they played one good team in the Power Five. That was Louisville. At Louisville, it was on a Thursday night. They scored. They had a strip sack or something right at the end, so it ended up being 14, and it pushed. That's how I know this because I was on that game. But so that game really was 7, and it was really about 7 most of the game. So they played right with Louisville, and there was a point of this season where Louisville looked like they were going to be a playoff team. So you at least give them a shout. I do not give Tulane a shout because Tulane went to Ole Miss this year. I don't know if anybody has the score, but it was like 25 points. Now they have to do it again.
It's like Ole Miss favored right now, line at 16.5.
There you
go. The lines. Oregon favored by 20.5. 3 touchdowns. That should not be a playoff type game. Don't get me wrong. I'm taking the Dukes. I'm taking James Madison and all them damn points.
So it would have been Notre Dame against Oregon.
Now that I have to watch that game.
Notre Dame would have been favored by 1, is what I saw the advanced line.
Could you imagine BYU and Ole Miss?
Yeah. Or it would have been the opposite. It would have been Notre Dame then would have went to Ole Miss. If you put them both in, Notre Dame would have went to Ole Miss because they were 1 slot above them. And BYU would have went to Oregon, which would have been a pretty close game, proximity-wise, a much closer game. But either way, those 2 teams gets in, those lines are under a touchdown, I think, or, probably a point, a couple.
Agreed.
Now, I will say this, Ole Miss, I thought, they're going to ding Ole Miss because remember what happened when the quarter went down to FSU. They didn't put them in. So I'm thinking Ole Miss loses their coach. I don't know if that's as important as a quarterback, but it's got to be pretty freaking close.
It's pretty up there. That's kind of a priority.
They didn't move them down at all. And not only did they not move them down, if they gave them the easiest game other than I think that's an easy team. They already beat them. And next game is in New Orleans. The second game for them is going to be in New Orleans. That's basically a home game for them. So they're going to have, I think it's against Georgia, right? They would play Georgia next.
Hold on.
I don't have the playoffs.
And they already played Georgia too.
It would be against Georgia. It'd be the Sugar Bowl.
And they've already played Georgia. They were up.
Georgia will play the winner of Ole Miss and Tulane.
They were up in the fourth, going into the fourth quarter. They were up by 8 or something, and they end up not covering and not winning. But it was very close. Georgia, I think, had to score 17 or 20 in the fourth quarter to win. So that game was deceiving. And it's basically a home game for them. So Georgia will have a ton of fans too, obviously.
The best possible outcome for me personally would be Indiana and Ohio State in the national championship game, and Indiana beats the shit out of them again because I can't stand Ohio State.
Hardest thing to do in sports is beat a team twice.
Yeah, that was the best thing that happened for us
right there. I'm telling you right now.
I'm at the Legion here in town. I live in a little small town, so this Legion and Eagles is all there is. So I belong to the Legion, and it's all Ohio State fans. There's like 50 coaches in there telling them every time they fucking don't, pass it to Smith that they should pass it to Smith. But I said to everybody, I did put some blood money because I hate Ohio State. I put $100 on money line on Ohio State just so they would lose, and it worked. And I'll do that again every game.
That's true. You do that until you have to. You keep doing it.
But I said to everybody, that was the best thing that ever happened because there's no distraction. Now they're just focused like, dude, if we don't play, we can get beat. That's what happened against Michigan last year. They ran through one last year. That was the best thing that happened. If they win that national championship game, they have a letdown in one of these games, and maybe it just is enough to let somebody win. They're the best team in the country. I know Indiana won that game. They're the best team in the country. They are the favorite. I believe, Lenny, you want to look it up what the odds are? I thought, or plus 200, I think, 2-1. And I think Indiana was plus 210 or something. I know Georgia was third at 6-1. That's what I bet it at. I think that's great odds.
I love Georgia. Yeah.
Now I'm going to be clear. Great. I forgot. Someone said I gave it out on my picks last night. And someone said, dude, you picked them last year. And I go, yeah. But last year, remember, Carson Beck went down. We didn't know how that was going to affect them. I thought it wouldn't affect them. Obviously, it did.
Ooh, Texas Tech minus 125.
No.
Minus 125 for Texas Tech to win it all. They're favored.
Oh, no, this is to reach the semifinals.
Yeah. I'm saying no.
Championship. Ohio State minus 105, Indiana plus 110. Those are your favorites.
And then Georgia 6-1, and then Texas Tech.
Georgia's actually plus 230.
Texas Tech to win it all?
No, that's not right. I just bet it last night. That's got to be get to the chain game or something.
To reach the college football title game.
Right, but who's going to win?
That's all DraftKings have.
Oh, okay. They might not have it up. Not every place has it up.
All right, game winner. Hold on. Game winner. National championship game winner. Ohio State plus 240, Indiana plus 250, Georgia plus 600, Oregon plus 770. Texas Tech is plus 800, and that's a bet, because if they could get their hardest to come out of that bracket would be Indiana.
If they win one game, you could double your money with a hedge out, most likely.
Yeah. So, like, because they're going to play the winner of James Madison, Oregon, which let's assume it's Oregon. I know it's a big assumption, but let's assume the 20.5-point favorite win. Oregon, Texas Tech.
I mean, Oregon will be favored in that game. Don't be like, if you could probably get advanced line.
Yeah, and I'll be
probably
on Texas.
By 2.5 or 3. Oregon's going to be favored, but I think that's just a perception thing because people haven't seen Texas Tech play. Texas Tech, they have a group that basically gave them a blank check, and they went and they had 10 guys. They wanted 10. They said to the coaches, go get in the NIL. They did not think they'd get all out of their first 10 guys. They got 9 of them.
Yeah.
That's why they're so good. They went out and said, hey, which guys are going to matter? We'll pay them. I don't care.
Loss is going to haunt them. Well, I don't know if it's going to haunt them.
Probably the best thing that happened because
probably it might have been.
Yeah.
Because they were blowing people out.
Like it might have. I always say a loss is not necessarily a terrible thing. Obviously, when you're in these championship games where you have to get in, that does matter. But like to me, I love their spot. Like I love what they have right here.
Okay, now you had your rant about college football. Now can we talk about Pete Carroll and his relationship with Chauncey Billups?
He's got to be investigated. Has to be.
First of all, the refs though. The refs though.
Dave Portnoy went on this rant. Yeah. We all know him, right? He went on this rant on Twitter. And as much as that guy is the most annoying Michigan college football fan ever, okay, maybe one of the smartest businessmen ever, but annoying on Twitter, absolutely. Do I still follow him? Absolutely. He's right though. There's something fishy in something don't smell right. I mean, you don't do that. The ref, I'm not saying it was the ref. I'm not saying it's Pete Carroll, whatever, but
somebody had money.
He had to kick the field goal. Who the fuck kicks the field goal?
Somebody had money on the game.
Now, I've never, ever on my mother's eyes, I've never wanted to ever ask money back on a bet. I'm never that douchebag on Twitter that's wanting a refund from DraftKings. You're not a man. That guy, this ain't for you. I've never ever asked for a refund. I did last night on that game. I sent a strongly worded letter to MGM Caesars and DraftKings where I had money on that bet. I'm probably on a watch list right now as we speak. I'm actively angry about that. There's some bullshit.
Did Pete Carroll get asked about it in the post game? He had to, right?
He asked
I didn't see it.
Support along the way. That's what he said. Yeah, that was his response.
What did he say, Lenny?
He asked for the fans' patience and support while they go.
Why did he kick the field goal?
I'm like, what the fuck does that?
Yeah, he's probably thinking, "Thank me later, fans." Then we covered.
You see the people around the state, like the Denver side, was like, "What is he doing? Like, what are they doing?"
It was the Denver's player fault because if a guy just tackles him, the play runs out. He did kind of push him in the ground, but still, the refs usually don't call.
Okay, that's a bullshit call, but whatever.
Let's get the game over.
They're inconsistent, the refs, so that's fine. They make that call. Then Pete Carroll goes out there and you kick a field goal. So you, with 4 seconds left, to lose by 7 instead of 10. Does that
if there would have been 20
better
seconds
for you on your resume, Pete?
At 20 seconds left, I could see it because then you're like, okay, we kicked the field goal, we get the onside kick.
You get time for an onside kick,
right?
We have a Hail Mary, one Hail Mary, and then we tie the game. And you weren't going to have enough time to do that, so it made
you ran the clock out with the field goal,
just to cover your bet.
Dude, I'm just saying. Pete,
that was bad. I will say this, though.
And this is his last year in the NFL. Pete needs a little extra money.
Can I have a little extra rant? The fucking Bears. I have a 7-unit play on the Bears. I said to everybody during the week, I'm playing at 6.5 because we put the games out on Thursday. I know this line is going to go to 7. Some places even went to 7.5 or 8. Like some stayed at 6.5. Don't get me wrong. There was some 6.5. But if you searched around like a responsible bettor, there was definitely 7s and definitely 7.5s out there. So at worst, you should have got a push. I get a loss because Caleb Williams, the guy underneath, wide open. He probably scored.
The middle guy was wide open. He looked.
I said this to you and What was we talking about? I said this to Robert. He thought I was crazy. I said Caleb Williams is going to cost you games because as talented as he is, he just does some dumb things.
Every now and then he does do some dumb shit, but
you go
time. He'll learn
quarterback play 101. You go from short to long in your reads because especially when you only need 1 yard to keep the play alive. If he hits him,
but you watched
he was phenomenal yesterday. I'm going to say that right now.
In the run game,
phenomenal. You look at his passes, the Cole Kmet down the sidelines, the 25-yard pass, absolute money. He was making the exact reads he needed to make to get them again in position. Remember, we were down 10 in the second half. He was phenomenal. One bad freaking play, and it was the last one of the game. It was a 4th and 1 that we should have got that first down.
Should have ran the ball.
So we should have ran the ball. Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with this. We were running the ball.
30 seconds? 30 seconds. So if you run the ball,
it was about 20. Yeah.
You had a timeout. You had 2 timeouts. So it's like you run the ball, you call timeout. You have 4 downs to get 10 yards, basically, after that. I don't know. Like, I get it. You might have had a play. But why were you roll? They've been rolling him right the whole game. Rolling right. And every time he rolled right, that's when he had his really nice plays.
He did look a little one-dimensional the way he was rolling. But I'll say this. I'm glad I'm in the middle because I agree with both of you to an extent. What I noticed out of Caleb Williams is he has 2 reads, short and long, and not the middle guy, right? But he can hit those long balls. I will say that when he rolls out, and he went short, and that dude was all covered, so he immediately threw it long.
But the short guy was on the side, but he had a middle guy too.
I thought Ben Johnson made a mistake, and he should have ran the ball. And those are like rookie coach, rookie quarterback mistake type shit. I was still worried about the Bears in 3 years.
But they ran.
Williams is still
why
starting.
did they run the clock down? Why did they run the clock down like that?
I don't know. The time management was a little iffy, especially that
rookie head coach. I'm just going to call it a rookie.
I mean, I knew that we all knew what they were going to do. They were trying to score right at the end, and they were going to go for two, and then basically leave no time. But at the same point, when it's like 45 seconds and you still need 20 yards, and you basically were having to run the ball. Like they were doing what they were doing. Like that Green Bay defense they were on the field the whole game. They were
the whole second half.
They were worn out. They could have ran the ball. If they would have called timeouts, they could just ran the ball every time. They were getting 4.5, 5 yards a carry, and they only needed 20 in a minute. But it's like, I know when you have a toy, a shiny toy, you always want to play with it. Always let them play with it.
That was one of the best games, I'd have to say, and not just being a Bears fan, but that physicality and just the game itself. That was an unreal game to watch. I'm not hitting the button on the Bears.
I said they're the best run team in the football. They're the best run team in football, and they punish teams. And what Green Bay does not like to be punished. They have the guy that runs around the edge to get the sacks. That's not a team that likes, you want to run out those guys. That's what they were doing. And then it's like they got the ball with 2.5 minutes, plenty of time, all the timeouts. I'm like, dude, this is just, we're going to play grown man football. And they did. They did all the way down the field. But Caleb Williams, for all the talent he has, he's just got to avoid the turnover. It's almost Lamar Jackson in the playoffs the last few years.
Early Lamar, early Josh Allen too, though.
Or even Lamar in the playoffs every year.
Dumbass mistakes sometimes, and then one mistake is at the worst possible time. But he'll throw 19 great passes.
Look at the last 5 weeks, though. He was in the same situation, game on the line, and we won those games. This one fell short. I'm not hitting the panic button on Caleb Williams.
He's 5-1 on comebacks.
He's got room to grow, of course. Not saying he's the best here, but he fits with this offense, and I'm excited.
The first half, though, I thought they should have ran the ball a little more in the first half because it was like they were basically softening them up. Like the boxer throwing the
they were just jab.
Right.
Jab,
you're just, hey, I'm going to throw all these punches early. And then late, I'm going to just keep doing it. And eventually they just will get worn down. And it did happen, but it took all the way into the second half because at some points in the first half, they were doing the shiny toy thing again. And I get it. When you have a great quarterback that you think can get you, but it's like, dude, I don't care. I know this team, if I get 4 yards of carry, it's like you just take people's soul when you run the ball. Teams that can run the ball takes people's soul. And I will say this, Chiefs, season's over. Like Texans, they win ugly, but they're another team that just punishes you. They do it on defense, though. They punish you on defense. And by the end of the game, no one wants any of it. I would not want to play the Texans if I'm any team in AFC in the playoffs. And I wouldn't want to play the Bears in the playoffs either because the same reason.
Let's talk about tonight's game because I'm trying to find
no Jalen Carter. No Jalen Carter tonight. I think when I'm going to be honest, I'm, for people that are watching, you're getting a 5-unit play for free. I have Philly minus, I think it's 2.5. I thought Jalen Carter was going to play. Now him not playing is definitely when he has not played this year. Remember first game of the year and he spit on what's his name first play Dak, and they pretty much did whatever they wanted that game. So when he hasn't played this year, that defense isn't nearly as good. But I still like them, and just not as much, obviously.
That's fair.
I'll piggyback off that. I like this over, just kind of what Craig said. I think there will be points scored. It's in the dome. You got Herbert. I think this offense for the Eagles needs to score here efficiently, start the run game. Even though I do like Barkley's under here, it's sitting at like 70.5. But look for the Eagles to try to establish the run here early against a good defense in the Chargers. But I think there will be points in this one. So I'm going with the over 41.5.
You think Herbert's going to run the ball? I was thinking of his under 2 tonight on rushing because that, your hand, that's one play. And all of a sudden
he might be banged up. Yeah, too banged up to do it. So look for his under on running.
Protect it and maybe hand the ball off more, kind of that route.
No, I actually think it'll be the opposite. Handing off, they said, is going to be a problem for him because he can only go one way. And that like his best thing is like quick passes and, get out so it doesn't get injured.
I know he's going to be working definitely out of the shotgun more. So maybe that'll help, not so the harder snaps. And it's harder on the hands under the center than it is
Chargers
catching the ball in the Chargers.
What was it? Were they 3-0? I think they were 3-0, and one of them was the Kansas City opening day win, right? At in Brazil or whatever. I mean, think about we were thinking that team was going to be the team that won that was going to knock Kansas City out and all that. Now it's like they're basically dying to get into playoffs. Kansas City got nicked out by Denver more so. Definitely a little surprise on both of these teams. I didn't think we'd see either one of these teams at this point kind of struggling like that. Although now with the Dallas loss, great win by the way, Detroit Lenny.
That's what we did.
If anybody wants to see some classic Detroit Lenny, join the membership and go back and get the live stream from Thursday.
I rewatched that, and you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself for letting me on air.
I'm
just telling you right now. You should be ashamed.
I was telling our boss about it, and
Crown Royal.
We should have been sponsored by Crown Royal. That's what should have been happening. The next day, we should have got a call from Crown Royal.
We're definitely not sponsored by Apple. My AirPods died twice one show. I don't know what happened, and that maybe makes this Philly game. Because when I put this in, obviously we have to put the games in. We put all of our games in Thursday 6 p.m. So we're putting this in before we knew what happened there. It would be a much stronger play for Philly tonight if Dallas won, because now Philly had the pressure to keep winning. Now it's like I think Dallas basically has like a 1% chance to win the division. That's not happening. So it's not as important for Philly, although I do think Philly's they need to just play better. You can't. What about the Chargers offense? I mean, not offense, defense.
Defense is good.
I like the Eagles team total under 21.5. 20.5, somewhere around there. I got it at.
He has the over
21.5. I don't think they could score 3 touchdowns.
The Eagles?
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna take the team total over. They're gonna score.
I took it under. I do like the total over though, but they put 15, 21, 16.
I like
10.
the over.
Those are the last 4 totals.
Brown over reception yards tonight. He's went. I think it's like 67.5, 72.5.
Secondary is good.
Right, but they have one. First of all, he's unguardable, and that's why he gets mad. It's like, dude, he's the hardest. If he was on a team that threw the ball and had a great quarterback, if you switch Jamar Chase and him, he'd put up Jamar Chase numbers. It's just they don't throw the ball as much. And so that's why he gets frustrated. Is like everybody thinks Jefferson and Jamar Chase. You start going down the list, a lot of people don't talk about Brown. Dude, they throw it on 8 times. He catches 6 of the 8 and scores 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's just they don't throw to him that much.
I don't know.
Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback.
You got A.J. Brown, and then you got Smith on the other side.
And they got good tight
going
ends.
To Smith downfield too.
Imagine if Joe Burrow was on the Eagles, or Allen was on the Eagles, or go down. Give me any.
But it's not Jalen Hurts' fault.
He's a terrible passer. What do you mean?
The play calling, though. I'm just saying. I mean, he's not out here Matt Stafford winging that
because
shit.
He can't throw the ball. They have to do what they do. If he
I'm
could
tired
throw
of
the ball,
the Rams offensive coordinator. The Rams offensive coordinator's name is really Matt Stafford. Okay, he's running the shit, just like
look why they're so good.
Like Tom Brady did. I'm just saying he's running it.
If Matt Stafford was on this Eagles team, they would have one loss.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, I think, is a lazy quarterback. Like I think he's just lazy.
He has the worst body language of any quarterback, by the way.
Right, he doesn't scream he's into any game.
No matter if he's good or bad, he goes and sits down and he's just like. And it's like, dude, I mean, and that's just me as a fan a little bit. I want my guy to be high-fiving and the rah-rah,
Some bitches.
I'm a Jalen fan. Ever since that Alabama whole ordeal and he went to Oklahoma and he brought him to the playoffs, I'm always a Jalen Hurts fan. I feel like everybody's against him. And he's a Super Bowl quarterback. He won the Super Bowl.
Me and you could win the quarterback that team.
I get it, but have a little respect for Jalen Hurts and what he's done in his career. That's all I'm saying.
They're winning in spite of him.
He's cool like a cucumber, man. Just cold as ice. He has
What's the quarterback's job? I will say is to win. He wins. So your quarterback job is to win. But but the difference is I want my quarterback to be able to run, pass, do it all. He's not a passing quarterback. He's a guy that when the chips are down and he has to throw the ball to win, that becomes a problem. Like if you switched him and Dak Prescott would have a Super Bowl too. And they would have fucking be winning on easy.
No. Prescott is one of the most overrated NFL quarterbacks to grace the 100-yard field. Dude, that dude's not good. Stop.
Philly has the best team the last 3 years, 4 years.
Elliott in his prime. He's had CeeDee Lamb. He's had multiple tight ends.
You have to have both sides of the ball too.
I understand. He's had Michael Parsons in his prime. That Dallas defense has been good for. Dak Prescott ain't shit. He ain't shit.
You're telling me the most talented team in football has been the Eagles for 4 years. They've been in 2 Super Bowls in that time, won 1. If he's the quarterback there, they have at least two titles and maybe
he's
3.
Not better than Jalen Hurts.
Oh my!
No,
he's like second in the MVP.
Drugs are legal in your state, but send them this away. He is not better than Jalen.
Jalen Hurts isn't even a top. He's not even a top 15 quarterback. He's not even a top half quarterback in the league.
I'm taking Dak's arm, but I'm taking Jalen Hurts' competitiveness.
I said, he wins. He's won.
Nothing.
He's one game, so it's.
Doesn't he wear number 4? What quarterback wears 4? That's stupid. That's
all right. Let's just go through who's the best quarterback, and I guarantee he's not in the top 10. Okay, so Mahomes or Allen 1 and 2, Burrow 3, Herbert 4. You could argue this list by Jalen Daniels
better than Dak.
Jalen Daniels. Who else am I missing here?
Goff.
Matt Stafford, Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Not even putting Sam Darnold the way he's slinging it out in Seattle.
For sure, the way he's playing this year.
Yeah. How about what's his name from Indy going down this week? That was
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Thank you. The curse of the Giants. The Giants curse follows him. He's like, dude, I thought I was on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm pretty sure I'm playing for the Giants.
That reminded me of how heartbroken I was when Alex Smith went down.
Fuck, Derek May is in the top 5 right now. By the way, he's going to be an MVP. If they would have to lose. They'd have to lose twice, I think, at this point for May not to win the MVP this year.
Baker Mayfield's better than Dak.
Baker Mayfield. I would take Cam Ward. I would take Shedeur Sanders this past week. What a fucking game, Shedeur!
Over 300 yards,
350. And can you imagine? This is the most Browns thing ever.
How about this? So the Niners next 3 games.
I'll take fucking Purdy.
You're smoking a pipe.
Purdy,
I'll take Brock Purdy.
Bears are playing the 49ers. That's
Titans, Colts, Bears, Seattle. That's who they have next. Titans.
Hey, play the advanced lines. You parlay them up each week. They cover all 3 weeks.
Oof, you're nuts. All right, we got a small slate in the NBA.
Hold on, we got to get an NHL pick from Nick. We got to get an NHL pick from Nick. Come on, Nick.
Let's do it.
You got a free pick in
I
the
got
NHL?
a couple. Let's give them a little 2-for-1 here. Let's go Calgary Flames money line, and we're going Utah Mammoths here. I know the Utah Mammoths one might be a little iffy or hard to click on your phone to bet, but I think the Mammoths are playing the right way right now on the offensive side here. But Calgary in the game, I do lean towards the under. if Calgary wins, it's going to be an ugly game like they did their last one, 2-0. I forgot who they played, but that's what they won that score. So lean towards the under in that one, and I like the Flames here tonight. 2-game winning streak in Buffalo on the road. They just lost to Winnipeg there 4-1. Not good team on the road. Take the Flames, money line.
How about the over in the Detroit game? I kind of like that. Just a little dabble, just a little.
All right, all right, let's do it.
All right,
let's do it.
You gotta twitch my arm.
Hey, NBA, if you want a little underdog action tonight, I see a lot of the Docs guys are on Sacramento Kings tonight, plus the 4.5. So I think it's one of those that either they win outright or they get blown out. I don't think the 4 points are gonna.
They shouldn't. I don't feel like they should put this game anywhere on TV. Like for real, the Pacers and the Kings. I think you should have to you should have to pay more to watch this game. Because this is bad. Because
you have to buy the NBA. You have to buy the ticket to get this game.
Yeah, you got to buy an extra ticket then to get this kind of game because this is bad. I don't want nothing to do with the NBA on anything today, to be honest with you.
It's a tough
because
game.
I don't feel like the Timberwolves or the Pelicans or the Spurs, I should say, are that much better than the Suns.
Well,
the Spurs are better than the Pelicans.
The Suns' top 2 players are out, so Booker's out. That's why that line's so high. So be careful on that one. That's even iffy tonight. So that's just a be careful. People are like, "Oh, the Suns are better than 10 points." Yeah, if they have Booker, but without Booker, maybe Dylan Brooks is out too. So that would be like 2 of your top 5, and it's not the deepest team. Minnesota's been playing well, haven't been covering, but that is why
right.
Where it is.
I kind of like that Kings Mammoth game. I know. Nick, you mentioned that's the only draw I have bet today is that game. I think those two are the same team.
You know why I have trouble with
Sabres, Calgary. I almost put the draw on that too, but I kind of think Calgary wins that game. But every time I bet against the Sabres, and in a game that I think it should be an under, the Sabres come out and score 7 goals tonight.
Yeah,
piss me all the way off. You know what I mean? And for no reason they'll do that. And the
you know why I have trouble with Utah? Because Utah is really the Arizona Coyotes. So every time I see Utah, I'm like, that's really Arizona, just like a year and a half ago.
It's not an expansion team, folks.
I know. It's Arizona. That's why I would rather be an expansion team, to be honest.
But the Coyotes weren't. Listen, they were bad last year, but they made moves.
2 years ago.
They're a 500 team. You're going to get good value on the Mammoth all year long, I think.
Oh, I can't. That's one team I can't figure out right now. Is the Utah Mammoth.
Only at home. Only.
Well, they're at home tonight.
I love the Utah Hockey Club sounded good.
I like at home. That's
the Utah Hockey Club was good. Utah Mammoth, I just can't say it. People say the Mammoth.
I like the logo.
I know.
I like the logo, but I was like, the Utah Hockey Club actually sounded pretty good. And I was like,
then it's like the Washington Football Club. Like, screw that.
I like that better than I did the Commanders, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
To me, why did we go from one to the other? Why didn't they just go straight to the Mammoth or straight to the Commanders?
Vote on it.
Dude, vote quicker. This is online. You can do it like that.
Vote quicker.
Oh, hold on. I can put an online thing up, and then tomorrow we'll have the winner. So it's like
Utah, man, they don't do shit like that.
I think it had something to do with
notarized.
What's that thing called when you have to get the trademark? You have to file for it and make sure that that's accepted. So I think that's why it happened. Is like they were like, listen, we got to make sure we can get it before that happens. Kind of like Vegas. I don't know if anybody knows. Vegas had to get a special approval because the Knights are Armies. And they had to get they almost didn't get the trademark.
The owner's an Army alum at West Point.
I think he probably put some money.
He had to work some money in there. Yeah. And because they were going to be, which I don't understand why they're the Golden Knights people. Just so you know, everyone in the state of Nevada thinks it's stupid that they are the Vegas Golden Knights. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Nevada is known as the silver state. They mine more silver than any state in the United States. This is stupid.
Yeah, but a lot of Vegas casinos are
gold mines.
I get it. But you want to
you learn something new on Doc Daily every day, folks.
Go to Nevada, silver mine. So they should be the Vegas Silver Knights. But
so what did we learn today? We learned that Vegas should be the Silver Knights. And we learned that Notre Dame and Utah or BYU got F'd off.
Yeah, that's what we learned today.
And we're betting Georgia to win it all. And the reason why we're betting Georgia is if they win one game, you are at least going to get your money back plus 80%, maybe even double. Them and Texas Tech, if they win one game, you'll probably double your odds. Or you could just hedge out a little bit. Like, you gives you all kinds of options. If you bet Ohio State or Indiana, it's not, you can't hedge out. You're going to have to play them all the way to the championship game, and then you maybe could hedge out.
I don't know about all that. I'm not betting Georgia.
Bulldogs, baby.
Lenny's he's heartbroken because Michigan State season was over.
Hey,
we're
14 weeks.
We're so talking about basketball now. We don't even know.
Oh, those effers screwed me against Duke. They were in the whole game until the last minute 20. They were
just couldn't hang. We just couldn't. We played 57 minutes of good basketball.
If you just said that they were going to hold Duke under 70, if you hold Duke under 70 in your Michigan State, you'll probably win 8 of those 10 games. It was their style at home. Everything was perfect. They just didn't make some shots down the stretch.
Michigan looks good too.
Duke's
basketball team looks dominant.
Michigan,
good matchup. Michigan State.
I can't wait.
There's 14 teams this year. There's more than ever that can win. Florida's not even in the top 10 right now. And
there's nothing good on today though.
No, there's only 10 games.
Not even.
Yeah, I think there's 1, 2, 3.
Someone told me
7, and one of them's already tipped off.
List as well.
One of them's about to end, and Kennesaw State's about to score 118 points on Southern. Wesleyan? I don't even know. Whatever. I don't understand.
Someone here at Docs has a 7-unit play
video on Texas and Southern, and I was so mad because I had to look up what the hell Southern. I didn't know Southern was just a college. Southern what? Nothing. Just Southern.
Southern is the name.
Southern.
Where they located?
I think they're
I don't know. In the South, I bet.
Yeah,
I'm guessing Mississippi. Look it up, Kennedy.
Did you just call me your daughter's name, mother?
Look it up, Lenny.
I'm a child.
I bet. Let's bet.
We need to quit that one.
I get Mississippi. I get Mississippi.
Jaguars. Where are the Southern Jaguars?
I'm taking Mississippi.
We got to clip that. That was great.
This one. Did you hear this shit? I'll kick his ass.
But one of our guys has a 7-unit game of the year tonight on a team. I didn't even know they were a team. I'm going to be honest.
Game of the year or 7-unit?
7-unit game of the week, month, something like that. I didn't even know this team existed, by the way.
Those are the winners.
So where did you say, Craig?
I said it's in Mississippi.
I'm going to say
it's got to be Louisiana.
It's Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in the SWAC. That's WAC. They're in the SWAC.
What does the SWAC stand for, Lenny?
Southwest American Conference.
I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know.
I guess too, but it's true.
It's true.
Southwestern Athletic Conference. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Bowl records.
Right. We add that to another thing that we learned for today.
Go Tigers.
Good. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I'm pretty sure it should be Coach O should be have a Manning cast, because I was watching him clips from Barstool. He was on the Big Cat in their thing. Dude, that guy is so funny. And just the way he talks.
Dude, I follow Big Cat for the simple reason that he's a 50-50 degenerate, just like I am. Every game, every sporting event I've ever attended as an adult, I have bet 50-50 drawing. Every game that they have in attendance. I don't care if I go to a kid's 8th grade concert. If they got a 50-50 raffle, this guy's in it. And he hit it this year at a Cubs game.
For 70,000.
Yeah, something crazy.
He said he's even probably. He said I bet somebody he's 70,000.
He's like, I'm either even, I'm maybe even down. You know,
I think he tipped the lady $3,500 or something.
And he donated all his share to some charity in that local area, and it was awesome. But I was like,
the best is that he went the next game.
I know somebody that won it. I've never known anybody that you ever know anybody who went on The Price is Right?
No.
I do. Boom. You ever know
I saw that he went the next game, Lenny, and bet 1,000.
People are all fake actors. Nobody's really that smart.
It's like the guy that wins the lottery, and then the next day goes and bets the lottery again. He's like, oh, well, I could win again. Big Cat went the next game and bought 1,500. He's like, dude, I'm going to win back-to-back games.
Yeah, back-to-back. I'm hot. I'm on a
Never
streak.
winning again. You're never winning again. The odds are against you.
What? Dude, the Mega Millions is up to over $1 bajillion or something.
Lenny,
We don't have
bet lottery.
We don't have the lottery in Nevada. You got to drive to Arizona or California.
I have it here, and I don't ever bet it. I never
today.
bet. Do you have it? Chicago has it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I never bet it.
Never.
No
bet it. I've already hit the lottery, so I don't
win
need
if
to hit
you
the lottery.
don't bet it.
I've got the most beautiful fiance. I've got a great daughter. I got the life I want. What am I going to hit? I already hit the lottery 3 times.
Bro, that life
I work with Lenny
$1
and
billion
Nick.
in the bank account. I'm just telling you right now. I have a wonderful wife. I have wonderful children that I want to kill on a regular basis, and I love them all dearly. But I would love them just the same, and my life would be just as great.
No, you would have a different house
with $1 billion in my bank account.
Lenny would be living next door in the next door neighbor's house, and the rest of the family would still be living next door.
Scott's got a buddy who won the Showcase Showdown on The Price is Right. There you go.
All right,
we're leaving. I'm getting out of here.
So what did we play in the NFL tonight? I like the Eagles.
Over.
He likes the over.
I have a play tonight on the game. But
I think Brown over his reception yards. I think that's I think he might get that by. I think they want to do this. We're going to throw to Brown the first half, get him like 100 yards, then we can do whatever we want because he's happy. He's like, oh shit, I got my yards, I'm good to go. It's like I'll block.
He's never going to be happy. He's got a Super Bowl and he still ain't happy. He's got a Super Bowl ring and he still ain't happy.
Because you know what receivers want? Receivers are for them. They are all about themselves. Very few. Jerry Rice, I would say, was maybe that guy. There's very few guys that are receivers that are like, hey, I'll have 0 catches if we win 5 Super Bowls. Most of them would be like, I'd rather have 10 catches a game.
Calvin Johnson was selfless.
I don't know. He never won.
It's easy to be selfless when you're that kind of talent.
When you're on the Lions.
Yeah, when you're on the Lions. Yeah. So
we're not winning no matter what we do. I mean, you could be like the Bears where you lost all these years. Oh. Did you see what Stu Feiner said?
Shots left and right.
Did you see what Stu Feiner said? He picked the Packers, and he said, not only are Packers, that was his mortal pick this week. He's Packers -6.5. He said, not only are they going to win, but Caleb Williams is going to have a season-ending injury. And Big Cat goes, you're dead to me. You're dead to me.
He did. He's like, if that happens, I'll cancel the show. Yeah. He did. I saw that too. That was funny.
Funny. He's like, I like Caleb. I like the Bears, but they're going to lose this week. And he was right, although that was the hardest. I've had 5 bad beats this year that are just like, I mean, the swings. And they've been all my top plays. It has been the absolute brutal year. It's like you swing them the other way, I'm profitable, but because I've not gotten any of the breaks.
I hear you. I hear you.
Army Navy week, boys. We'll talk about that later in the week. We'll talk Army Navy.
Talk about that later in the week. What do you got going on at the website, Nick?
Tonight, got a Monday night play. 6 unit there. I got a side in that one, and then we're lower volume in NBA 1 play, and NHL 1 play. No props today. We swept this card on Sunday 3-0. We will be back on Thursday night football in the prop market.
Had a good NFL prop show. I'm telling you right. Last Friday with Nick and Tony, that 6 props. I think you guys went 5-1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think I swept. So
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I followed.
Who had the 1 loss? They're fired.
Is probably.
I don't know. I don't know what it was. I got to see his play.
We'll see. I don't know. I know I made money on that show following it. I'm just saying. What do you got, Jackass, going on?
Hey, I have the Eagles tonight, 5 units, but you don't buy it because I'm giving it to you right here.
Oh, yeah, don't buy it.
Eagles minus 2.5-ish. I think there's still some 2.5s out there. I don't like it as much than when I gave it out on Thursday. Just to be very clear, I thought Carter was playing. I thought Dallas would win. So I thought if Dallas won, that would make this game more important. This game is not nearly as important now with Dallas losing. That they basically, I don't want to say this for Eagles fans. I don't want to put this in the universe, but I will. They can lose out and probably chance they'll make the playoffs no matter what because they'll win the division. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's the reality now with, by the way, Commanders, what the freak?
Dude, I said that was coming. I had a letdown last year. They were great.
That team got shut out last week. It was the first time ever that someone had lost by more than 20 points without scoring, and then the next week win by 20 points and not allowed it. First time ever in NFL history. That's crazy.
Nuts.
Crazy.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. It'll be Griffin Murphy, Tony George with me on Docs Daily, 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck, unless you're against us. Take care, folks.